Hello and welcome back to episode 27 of the Best of Rivals podcast. I'm here with my man Jay. Jay, 2 weeks left after today, really 1 week left. A lot happened this week, and I'm not the happiest. So I'm going to let you take this over.
Wow.
Ask me questions. It'll be like an interview process, Jay. It's like a press
Wow.
conference right now because I'm not a happy man. Um, but hey, I don't want to get
All
fined.
right.
So,
So let me ask you, are you upset because today's result, or
yes.
is it past stuff? Is okay. Because I
We-
was gonna get to that obviously the initial. We know that you guys just signed Holland, which is huge.
I
Something
told
that you
you
guys
I
needed.
I told you about that a while ago, Jay. You didn't believe me. You said, "Oh,
I didn't.
he's coming to Man U." I'm like, "Listen, bro, he's coming to City," and it
Well,
just made
see,
all the sense in the world.
I think he waited to see the result with the final. I mean, the game against Madrid, um, and that really determined everything for him. I think
You
like
think
you
so?
guys, yeah, you guys needed him at that point. So it wasn't like Holland was just jumping ship going to another big team. It was he's going to a team that needs a player like him. And I mean, we're gonna see like what comes from that. In my opinion, like you say, you're upset, and I get it. Like today's game was pretty brutal. You guys kind of left room for Liverpool possibly getting that title,
We
which is
always
what we
leave
talked
room.
about.
We always
We
leave
always
room,
leave
Jay.
room,
We always
right?
leave room.
But this is me being optimistic, bro. And I'm thinking about it. We like last weekend we had the episode and we're talking about the game against Madrid and how you guys bottled away going to the final, right? And it's like, how do you come back from that? You guys responded with, "Hey, we're still in first place in the Premier League, right? So we're gonna get that title, hopefully." And then you add the most prized possession in the transfer market right now. Like this guy has the hype and potential to be probably the greatest striker in the Premier League. I'm not saying he is going to be, but the
But the
potential,
potential's there.
the athletic ability, bro. He's like a physical specimen, bro. This is Cristiano times 20. This is Zeitlin with a little bit more composed and not the ego. Like this is a big thing for I think City, for the Premier League. I'm happy, bro. Like as a United fan, it sucks because I got to face this guy every week now. Not every week, but we're gonna see you guys, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be tough. We don't have defenders, but hey, it's gonna be exciting, bro. So I just want you to give me a little bit more into why you're upset. Like I get the game, but there has to be something else too. There has to be something else.
No, it's the cycle, right? It's leaving leaving room, and we've done it 4 or 5 times this season where we've left room, and now there's a possibility where Liverpool wins their game. I think tomorrow they have the next game,
They do, yeah.
and then next weekend, you never know what can happen. And we're not playing some bum squad. We're playing Villa, and we're playing a Villa team.
Wait. Wouldn't this be poetic
It's so
if you guys
poetic.
if you
Yeah,
guys fumble, a little bit, stumble, whatever? Steven Gerrard would be the reason why. A
exactly.
former Liverpool legend. Like that's just
There's no you think they won't be motivated next week?
oh oh man.
Come just for him. Just oh my gosh, bro.
This is great though. This is great. Now we're gonna really see. I think the balls that Pep has and the players. This is
Yeah.
this is this is a big game, bro. I think if you guys lose this game, or if you even drop a point, or points, you're not meant for that stage. It's clear as that. Like you had way too many chances at that point, in my opinion.
See, and here's the thing, right? I don't know if it's on the players because there's games where we score 4 or 5 goals and everything looks great, and then there's games where we look like today where we look like we're struggling to score. We're struggling so hard to actually find a good opportunity, and
So
Holland's
so
going to solve that.
so say you said you don't think it's necessarily on the players all the time, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Now say that it is true. As a player myself, though, like say I'm on the pitch, and I know that my manager isn't doing the right things and putting me in position to get the best out of me. I'm gonna say fuck that, and I'm gonna go play. Like I'm sorry, bro. When
you
when
get
when, when
benched.
you
You get
listen,
benched.
when you have KDB, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, these names. I get there's management and there's coaching, and I know what you mean. You're gonna need a bench, but at the end of the day, he's not on that field. He's not on that pitch.
I would.
And
He's gonna listen. It's most managers. I would agree. This guy's going to bench you. He just is, bro. He doesn't care. It is his way or the highway. Even if he knows that the highway is faster and better, it's his way, bro. And he's gonna. He's done this multiple times where he's like benched a player for a significant period of time just because he didn't do something that he wanted them to do, and it's just it looks so stagnant out there. Like you could replace any of the players out there sometimes with anyone else, and it would be the same result. Dude, we just need
so,
that focal point. That's all we need.
okay, okay. I was gonna say what I'm hearing from you is sounds like you don't want Pep anymore.
No, it's not
Sounds
like
like you want to change,
no. It's not like I don't want Pep because obviously he's great at what he does, but he's not. He's clearly not a very open minded coach. Let's just be
right?
honest. Um,
Facts.
the issue was, here's what I'm scared of. I'm scared that much like Lukaku coming into Chelsea and Tuchel not adjusting, I think there's a chance that Holland comes into City and Pep treats him a similar way. Of
Wow.
maybe Holland doesn't do something that he wants to do or play the same style or he's. I just feel like he's not necessarily going to work with him to get him to where he needs to be. He's going to try and get Holland to where Pep needs him to be, and I just don't know if that's just who he is, though. And Mourinho is actually very similar, right?
Oh, 100%,
Like
100%.
Mourinho is the type of manager where he can have the best midfielder in the world, but if he isn't running all 90 minutes, he's not going to play
He's
him.
gone. He's not even
So
playing.
I'm just a little worried, but everything can be solved next week if we get the win.
Right.
And Villa defensively are terrible. We should be scoring 3-4 goals against them. To be honest, the reality is though, especially with our defense being so injured, we're playing Fernandinho at center back.
Yeah.
Zinchenko's playing horribly.
Terrible.
No Kyle Walker. Cancelo doesn't really try defensively. No Ruben Diaz. It's tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Laporte's banged up, and he's like.
Are we looking at a 2-3 game? 2 3?
I think we're looking at like a 4-3, 4-2. Like
Okay.
seriously, because we're gonna let in goals. And dude, Ederson today. I mean, Ederson today,
I
bro.
mean, let's talk about that game a little bit. You guys were down 2-0, right? At one point?
Yeah, yeah. First half down 2-0. By the way, West Ham deserved to win that game, and we got the
Right.
draw. This is like a typical Man U game this season, right? Where we get the result, like we got a better result than our performance. We played terrible. Um, but yeah, we're losing 2.5, and then own goal, and it was an own goal, and then like a little fluky goal from Grealish. Again, we didn't really look like we were going to score. Um, it's just one of those games, bro, and we can't have that. We cannot have that. And again, one more game. That's all. One more game, and I'll forget about all this stuff, right? And we win the league, and we'll be super happy. But the alternative is if we look at Liverpool, and this is Liverpool are in a really really funny place, right? Because this is how just Twitter fans are, right? The casual fan is going to look at this season. If Liverpool do not win the Champions League and do not win the Premier League, they will look at this season and be like, oh, they only won the FA Cup and the Carabao, right? They're already going to look 2 trophies, still incredible, but they're going to be like, oh my god, not that great of a season, bro. These guys are now 3 games away from getting the quadruple, bro. 3 games. I mean, I don't care what happens the rest of the season. They have to be considered one of the best teams of all time, one of the best seasons of all
So
time.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking today, before the episode, we always have these debates between who's the best manager, who's running the show. Klopp, man. Like, I mean, he's made it known the past, couple years, like the type of manager that he is. But
Yeah,
just like you just said, they have the chance to win 4 titles. And I'm watching the FA Cup game against Chelsea. They never seem rattled, bro. They
yeah.
play their game. They go in, and I knew they were going to win the PKs. I'm like,
Just
this
like
is what Liverpool does,
it was the
man.
same thing in the Carabao Cup. It's the same exact
Yes,
thing. So
yes.
yeah,
And I think it's all because of Klopp, man. He has established and has this foundation where it's like we're gonna go in and play in our game. You guys aren't gonna change anything about that. One thing I noticed about Pep, he lets others get in his head. When it's a big game, Pep does some shit that you really don't see Pep do, and I think that's what takes away from his greatness.
Yeah.
Klopp, on the other hand, he goes in, he's like, "You're not gonna phase me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the same boring football that we always play, but it's gonna beat you down, and then at the
Yeah.
end, we're gonna fucking kill you, man." And that's what they do.
And it's really interesting. You're 100% correct. I'm not going to say like Pep's better than Klopp or Klopp's better than Pep. I mean,
Yeah,
that's kind of more so opinion at this point than it is
yeah,
fact. But
right.
um, what is fact is in the like you said, Liverpool, they play the same way with the same amount of confidence from minute 0 to minute 90, regardless of the
Yes,
score.
yes.
Man City, we just saw them bottle it in the last 6 minutes of extra time um, against Real Madrid, and they've done this multiple times where they even did it against Tottenham, right? We came
Mm-hmm.
back. I believe we tied. I think it was a Mara's penalty. We tie it up, and then 2 minutes later, Tottenham go down and score. Um, it's something that we have an issue with, and maybe it's we could talk about leaders on the pitch and all this stuff, and maybe that has something to do with it. But I also think you're right. It's a managerial style, and it seems like Klopp really empowers his players. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you look at a guy like Mane. He hasn't had a phenomenal season, at least start to the season. He would get taken off. There's a lot of competition at those spots, right? Diaz and Jota and Firmino. There's a lot of competition for a guy like that, and he's supposed to be the star player or one of. And he's coming off, and he's not mad. He's not like kicking his bag and throwing water, and he's so about the team. And when a star player like that, when a star player like Salah, when a star player like Van Dijk, even Trent Alexander-Arnold, these guys are so about the team first.
I think it has a lot to do with, like, I think both managers, they have a system. So just like you said with Pep, if you don't do a certain thing, he's going to bench you. I think the same is true with Klopp, but Klopp gives you a little bit more room to express yourself and be you as a player. So I've noticed with
Yes.
him, it's a system, but at every position at one point, he had a player that was considered like world class. So Robertson at one point was considered probably the best at his position. We know how
Yeah.
about Trent was, Salah, Mane, Jordan Henderson is very respectable as a midfielder. Van Dijk is considered probably the best defender. You see what I'm saying? Like everyone had time to shine in their role. I feel like with City, on the other hand, it's my system, and I just want you to play that role. You're not really going to go crazy. You're not going to get the glory and reap all the benefits, but it's going to work for the team. It's like
Yeah.
as a player, I feel that. Like I want my shine too. Yeah, I want the team to win. It is about the team. It's about winning, but I'm also a person. I'm also a player. Let me get freedom, and I think Klopp, just trusts his players a little bit more.
You're 100% right. And I think it really stems down to one question. If you're a player, who would you rather play for? I think most people would say they'd rather play for Klopp. I mean, that's just the reality, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, just seeing the guy in interviews riding for his players,
dude,
he's very passionate, man. Like I hate that I'm a fan of the because I hate Liverpool. Like for real, I
I
hate
hate I
Liverpool.
hate I hate
I hate
Liverpool more than
Liverpool.
any other team, but I
Yes.
have to give respect.
And that dude is just. I mean, he started at BVB. Has something going over there a little bit. And speaking of BVB, with the whole Holland thing, I don't want to sway, but I think it is a good transition a little bit. Is this a wake up call to Byron saying, "Hey, you used to get all the big stars from us. You know, it was like a little feeder system going from BVB to Byron, but now
Yep.
Holland just said, deuces to Bundesliga. I'm in the PL.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?"
Well, I mean, how the question is how long do these German teams continue to feed Bayern Munich, right? I mean, how long, bro? They've won the last 10 titles or something like that.
Yeah.
Um So I mean, you talk about Farmers League, you talk about like just free trophies. I mean, they get all the best players. So it's good to see Sancho come over to the Premier League. It's good to see Holland go over to the Premier League. It's good to see maybe Bellingham might go over
Exactly. What's up with him?
to a team. Hopefully, City. He'd be great addition.
Yeah.
But he's probably more of a Liverpool player, to be honest with you, though.
Ooh, you think?
But
Yeah,
yeah, I
he is.
mean,
He is. Yeah.
there's a lot of talent in that league, but it's just such a top heavy league that, um, it is more of a nice to see. Like we would, you talk about like players coming over to the Premier League. It's typically a Barcelona, or Real Madrid, or Atletico, those types of teams. Um, might bring a player over, but yeah, to see. I mean, the other thing is like, I mean, there's some players who probably haven't been that great, right? I mean, Pulisic, not too bad. Um, who else? Aubameyang, he did work a couple seasons.
Yeah,
So
he
yeah, there's
did. He
been
did.
players. There's been players for sure. Where did Timo come from? Oh, he came from RB. Hmm,
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, Timo hasn't really hit the PL like
Havertz, another
everyone
one.
expect. Well, he's performed, but not Timo. I would say.
Oh yeah, I'm,
Um,
I'm just I'm just naming names, but um, yeah, honestly the Bundesliga's got a lot of talent, bro. I mean,
they do.
if you
They
think
do, man.
about it,
I mean,
but
KDB came from the Bundesliga as well.
he did.
Plays with
Well,
Wolfsburg, right?
after yeah, Wolfsburg, but that was after Chelsea.
But
So
I mean, he had his. I guess I would say, like people started taking notice of KDB when he went to Wolfsburg.
yes, hundred
He
percent,
got on,
100%,
yeah,
100%.
But yeah, I think also Lewandowski still being there plays a
Yeah,
part.
exactly. You have to look at like what
Yeah,
makes sense for Holland, right? I mean,
yeah.
what you talked about was Real Madrid. Is he really going to play with Benzema? That doesn't really make too much sense. Especially if Mbappe goes. I mean, like, where does he play in that
And
team?
and is Mbappe going to Madrid? Is that you think
There's a
that's
lot
gonna
of
happen?
rumors. There's a lot of rumors. I don't really know. I don't really care too much. I'll be honest with you. Anything that happens with PSG, I don't know, bro. It's like the Kardashians, man. It's
It
just like it's all
is.
fake. It's all you don't know what's real, what's not. Bro, they're the best team. They have the best team in the world on paper. It's like, but you
Yeah.
guys still have no idea how to play together. It just and then Pochettino and all this stuff. Nah, I'm not interested. You go to Real Madrid if you want. You know what I mean? I like once you go to Real Madrid, then I'll start watching your games. You know what I mean? I'm not watching no
Yeah.
PSG games. You know what I mean?
Facts.
That's a joke. Absolute joke. Got Messi running around for like 3 minutes in the entire 90 minutes. It's just it's a joke. You got Neymar flopping
Oh,
over the place like a fish. It's
oh man. Yeah, I
Di
mean
Maria.
that's
Honestly, there's a lot of rejects, right? There's a lot of like retirees and rejects over on
yeah.
that team. Again, on paper they're incredible, but that's on paper.
I mean
Um,
that's how. No, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna sort of like talk about towards this last week. I mean, there's a couple of races going on, right? So there is the title race that we've discussed, and there is potential for both teams to win it. Um, we've talked a lot about top four over the recent weeks, and that's really coming down to the wire as well. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think Arsenal. I think Arsenal playing.
To play
Yeah,
tomorrow
Arsenal play
or
tomorrow. They play
yeah.
tomorrow. Liverpool plays Tuesday, by the way.
Okay.
Arsenal play tomorrow against Newcastle. That's gonna be a difficult game. That's gonna be a very, very, very difficult game. Um, and that's Arsenal. That's away at Newcastle as well. But if they win that, then they are in pole position to get fourth. And honestly, I'd rather see Arsenal get fourth than Tottenham. I hate Tottenham.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. I agree.
I, a lot of it has to just do with Harry Kane and Daniel Levy and all this and all that crap. But um, yeah, so there's that race, and then there's the bottom, who's getting relegated, and we've talked about this a lot. Um, maybe more towards the start of the season. We have predictions, right? We thought
Yeah.
Watford, we thought Norwich, we thought Burnley, we thought Southampton and Crystal Palace. I did at one point. Um, but now it's Everton, Leeds. They're the two teams. If I'm looking at the standings right now, let me pull it up really quick. Yeah,
Just that's
Everton
surprising, man.
have are Everton they have a game in hand? Everton should stay up. Everton have a game in hand? Oh no.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, Everton's
if
playing
if
they're playing
Frank
on a
Lampard
Thursday.
if Frank Lampard can't keep Everton up, that's gonna be two bad L's on his resume very very
Yeah.
early. Getting
It's
fired from
unfortunate
Chelsea.
though. No,
It
but
is.
no,
It
let's be
is.
honest though. Yeah, let's say they go down, right? Both are super unfortunate situations, One of them he barely even deserved to get fired, and then this one like he
Facts.
came into a shit show. Um
Facts.
So
Yeah, he's bringing the short end of the stick a lot right now. I kind of feel bad for him, but like you said, I think that they should stay up. I think Everton will. Leeds, I can see them going down just because they've been underperforming since the beginning of the season. I was pretty high on
yeah.
them, I remember. Um, and yeah, they didn't capitalize off of last season to me. Like last season, they came in, they were shocking some people. Pretty decent offense and attack. Terrible at defense. We always knew that, but offensively they were at least a threat somewhat. But this year they look terrible, man.
So with just 1 week left, the three teams kind of in danger of going down. We know Norwich is gone. We know Watford's gone. We're looking at Burnley, Leeds, and Everton. Out of those three, which one is like what's the prediction, Jay? I mean, I personally don't think Everton's going to go down. A lot of people do. It's between Leeds and Burnley, right? I mean, there's no way Everton goes down.
Yeah, I mean, prior to the season, I would have definitely said Burnley out of all those three squads because Burnley's just always been a low tier type of team, type of club. But this year, I was huge on the squad coming in. I thought Leeds was going to be a mid table team at least. They've underperformed so much, so I got to go with them.
Yeah,
I do think Everton will get it done. I think Frank will somehow find a way to keep them afloat.
he'll
But
scrap
yeah,
a couple
Leeds
points. Yeah,
exactly. But Leeds, man, yeah, they just don't have it. Last year they were pretty decent, but this year just not the
just
squad.
not. I agree, and I would honestly really like him to go down for a couple reasons. One, I don't. I hated the way they played City, and all the fans were throwing that paper on the field.
Yeah,
Ridiculous,
I saw that. Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Ridiculous. Like, oh, dude, it's making me so angry. I'm watching the game, just calling everyone idiots.
yeah.
It was not a fun game. Um,
Wait. Who'd you hate playing more, them or Atletico?
oh my god. Oh no 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 no. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
understand. You don't understand. I would I would I can't say. I
yeah.
hate Atletico. Atletico. Listen, man. I've hated Klopp and Liverpool for a few years now.
Yeah,
That is nothing compared to those two games that we played
yeah.
Atletico. That's nothing. I hate every single player in that team. I despise everyone. The manager, the fans were fantastic. The Atletico fans were fantastic. I must say that.
Let
But
me.
my goodness,
You know me. I do the comparisons. You know who they remind me of, bro?
I'm trying to think. It's
It's
gonna
it's
be a
a
basketball team,
it's a
right?
basketball team. They're a newer team, and they make a lot of noise, but they're very dirty, bro. Very dirty. Just the way they play basketball.
That's not Memphis
Yeah,
though,
and it's
right?
Memphis, bro. It's Memphis, man.
Really?
Yes, yes. I mean, I saw the games between City and Atletico, and it was
Mm-hmm.
it was very dirty, very
It's
physical.
the, it's
You
the
know,
dirtiest. Yeah,
and that's exactly how Memphis plays, bro. They try to knock out the best players, which is I like the brand of basketball. It's a different type
yeah,
of take, early '90s, late '80s type of stuff. But yeah, man, that's what they remind me of for sure.
yeah. That's interesting take. Um, yeah. I mean, dude, I don't want to hear the word Atletico for at least 5 years, bro. Like those games stressed me out. I couldn't imagine. I was thinking when I was watching those games, I'm like, I can't imagine being a player. I couldn't
Yeah,
imagine being a
yeah.
player in those atmospheres because I'd want to kill every single one of those players. I would, dude. I'd get sent off. I'd have to go. I would
Facts,
have to get sent off.
facts.
Um, no, that's super interesting, bro. But yeah, before we leave, one of the we started the season. If we're going to talk about Man U real quick because there's not much left for you guys to be honest, except for again, like we talked about last week, new manager coming in, new players hopefully, um, and sort of like a rebrand or a restart. But one of the players that has been pretty consistent throughout the season, in my opinion, has been Cristiano Ronaldo. I know there was that little dip. I know start of the season great, Champions League group stage great, a little bit of a dip where he didn't score in like maybe 5 games.
Hmm.
Ronaldo doesn't score. It's like, come on, bro. And then we've seen multiple hat tricks towards the end of the season. Um, and honestly, I think he's like top three in goals
He
scored
is.
in the Premier
He
League.
he has 18 goals. I think Salah's at like
I think
22.
he might have 19 or 20.
He's right there, bro. Which is
He's
that's the
right
crazy
there.
part. That's the crazy part. He's right there, and I know I was hard on him last weekend. had to have a little
Yeah.
talk with him, just because my expectations for him are so high. Like what I've seen from him since the start of his career with Man U, and then going to Madrid. It's just always been excellence. Always
Yeah.
winning titles, expecting the best from his teammates. And then this year, it just seemed like it was a little decline.
I
You
mean,
know,
we are talking about a 37-year-old though, right?
it's
You know.
exactly. So that's just me being selfish, I guess, and just being spoiled by the fact that I've been blessed to see this man perform at a high level for so long. Just like you said, he's third in goals. Uh, he came to United and he made an impact right away. He
Yeah.
clearly did. Just
First game against Newcastle, remember that?
yep, just something we couldn't sustain. I mean,
Mm.
that's all it is. I don't want to say that's necessarily like all on him, but if I had to give him like a rating out of from 1 to 10,
For this season.
this season, yes, this season, I'd say 7. Um,
Honestly, bro, I mean, maybe this is because I'm comparing it to the other players on the team, but I'm looking more like a 9. What do you
wow,
you got to think about it, right?
wow.
No, you got to think about this, right, bro? Like, why'd you buy Cristiano Ronaldo other than to sort of like make sure he doesn't go to City? What's the reason? He comes in to score goals.
I
That's the
mean,
number
okay,
one
right,
reason.
okay, right, yes, we
And
know,
guess what? He did that.
he's a goal machine, right? But there's also something else that comes with Cristiano. It's winning titles. So I'm not expecting to win a Champions League. I'm not expecting to win a Premier League. It would be nice, but damn, can I at least get an FA Cup? Can I get a
So
Carabao
okay,
Cup? You feel me?
so
I
okay,
want at
yeah,
least
okay.
one.
That's fair. So what we're saying here, because Cristiano did miss that penalty against Middlesbrough that which kicked you guys out. Was that the moment where you're just like, yeah,
I mean,
that was sort of
that wasn't a moment, but that was it played a part. I did watch that moment. I was like, damn, this ain't the Cristiano that I was expecting coming from. Like
yeah,
these are moments where I need you to perform. We don't get enough.
yeah,
We don't get many of them.
yeah.
So can I at least get one? And yeah, he didn't come through. So I was like, okay. Um, I guess the team, like what I'm saying is like he wasn't big enough to come to the team and just be like, I'm gonna be, you know, the reason why we're winning games. I think
Yeah,
it was such a bad, environment and just situation to be a part of that he wasn't even able to be great. And
you kind of think about like, let's say like you're trying to swim, right? But you have 40-pound ankle weights.
right, yes, yes.
I mean, like he's gonna
He
like,
can be the best
and he
swimmer
and
ever.
he and he doesn't drown.
Right,
Like he didn't drown. You know what I mean?
right.
So
Yeah,
it's kind of difficult to be like to critique someone like that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn, that's
Um,
that's that's a solid point. That's a solid point, bro. I think this is probably going to be something that we look back on and be like, hey, he was 37 years old and he managed to
doing
get
that.
18 goals. Whatever,
Yeah,
19 goals.
if I'm a Man U fan, I would never look on this season and be like, I would never critique De Gea or Ronaldo this season.
Oh,
I just like, sure, has De Gea had bad moments? Has Ronaldo had bad moments? Of course, they have bad moments. They're human beings playing professional football at the highest level. They're gonna have bad moments. You can't critique, bro. Your team this season was an embarrassment from start to finish. Like, there's nothing they could do. There's like you're talking about trophies and
I
accolades.
mean,
What?
what was the worst
No
part?
shot.
Like, where do we start? Was it not getting a top four spot? Was it not getting a title? Was it having a player go through some crazy controversy? Like
Well,
where do we start?
yeah.
That's
I
how
mean,
bad it
to be honest,
was.
if I am going to actually answer the question, it's probably with Ali. Like because he let so much go
Yes,
for so long.
yes, yes.
But at the same time, he should have been fired. Remember like that. It was before Liverpool. You guys lost like 5-0 or something like that. It was before then. People were like, oh man, he should get fired. Then Liverpool happens. They're like, but it's Liverpool. He can't get
Oh,
fired.
Robert, yes,
And
yes. He got
yeah,
smacked. He got
and then I think they went to Tottenham and won. And he's like, see, like he's good.
smacked.
And then I think you guys lost to maybe Everton or something like
And
that.
he
It
got
was a
fired.
bad game.
Yeah.
No, it was no, you guys, no, not yet. And then he goes to Watford and he gets fired.
Okay,
So it was
okay.
like, dude, there was so many chances to fire him. So the question is, was it Ollie or was it the board? Who was it who really started this
It's a
misery?
combination. There isn't one person that we can pinpoint and say you are the reason why this
Yeah.
happened. But
Yeah.
I can say a few major heads in that organization or club are the reason why we're in this position right now. Uh,
Yeah.
quite frankly,
Real quick, last thing. I maybe we talked about this last week, but it is coming to the end of the season. We just talked about Ronaldo. Is he what percentage do you think he's staying? Like
oof,
80% chance he's staying,
oof.
50% chance he's staying.
So
He's
I
got one
mean,
more season, right?
yeah, he just came out with a quote saying that he was very not excited, but he's welcoming Ten Hag in, and hopefully we can win a title or something like that. And I'm reading the quote, bro, and it just looked like he's not gonna be here. I say 60%, so it is a little bit more than likely.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's not a strong 60%. I think if the opportunity comes where he's like, I can dip and possibly get a shot at another title, he's gonna do it. And I
The
told you,
question is,
uh,
I was going to say real quick. The question is, where's he going to go? Where he's also going to start and win championships?
so check it. I didn't say what type of championships. I didn't say like major, right? I mean,
Guy's going to Brazil or
no,
something.
no,
Where's he going?
it may be major for this group of people, but it's not major in football. I think he's going to the MLS. Um,
Yeah, you did mention that. Yeah.
it makes sense. Money
He would score
talks.
4. He would score 20, 30 goals. To
You're
be honest with you.
breaking records, and then you're winning titles in the U.S. Like,
Oh yeah.
bro,
No, you're 100% right. I
branding.
think. Yeah.
It's a money maker, bro. And that
The
just makes the most sense for him as well. Like, he shouldn't go to
isn't
back
his
to
son? Isn't
Spain or
I
go
think
ahead.
isn't his son in the United Academy or something like that?
He's in some academy. I want to say he's in. Yeah, I think
I
he
think
is in.
I was playing United. I mean,
So that
are you really gonna? Yeah,
right. So
that's
that's
probably another thing, right?
yep.
No. Okay. Like skip the son for a second. Like, yeah, best. Yeah, he's probably gonna go to MLS. You're right. I completely forgot about that. I never think about the MLS. 100%. Why would you? That's perfect situation, bro.
Yeah. And
Like
we've seen some greats do it. Zlatan.
Zlatan, Beckham,
Yep.
Higuain's in there right now. I don't know how well he's doing, but
Yep.
um,
No facts, bro.
Gerard, Lampard,
It's
Rooney.
it's it's
Yeah, all of
paradise for
them.
some people, man.
No, 100%. Especially those guys because they could score. They could walk in those teams with their eyes closed, and put in some good performances. So it's yeah. Honestly, yeah, I like that. 60% chance he stays. 40%, 30% chance he goes to MLS. 10% chance he goes to another team. That's kind of how I see it.
Okay, I can see that.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Well, with that, Jay, we're just going to be looking at this game on Tuesday for Liverpool, and then next weekend. I think all the games are what 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Let me just quickly check here.
wrapping up, man. Season kind of came, went.
Yeah, it was it was kind of it felt faster, but I think a lot of that had to do with the fact we were doing the podcast.
Right.
Um,
Uh,
it didn't really
that's true.
it didn't really drag on yeah, everything's just kind of going. It's great, honestly. I mean, I like how fast the season didn't feel boring at any one point.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So all the games 10 a.m. on Sunday, May 22nd, and then podcast right after that, and then we'll sort of be discussing everything that's happened. I think the final game of this entire season is going to be the Champions League, and then it's time for the summer. Honestly, so with that, Jay, any closing words on our second to last 2021 2022 um, Premier League season?
Um, I mean, I just want to say it's been fun, man. Having this like I say it's like a journal we're doing. We're keeping note of everything that happens in the Premier League, and we've done this before, just without the cameras and the audio and
Yeah,
everything. So just see us do it, and I think we're getting better at it. Honestly, I love it, bro. Like I'm just feel like I'm really honing my skills and getting better as a person, just communicating with you.
true,
So
true.
yeah, I'm all for it, bro.
Lovely, lovely words from Jay. I literally almost cried. So with with that, um, that's it for both of us. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Best of Rivals, on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. You can find the podcast at The Best of Rivals as well. With that, Jay, I will see you next week.
Hey,
Take care, everybody.
best of luck, bro.
Best of Rivals, episode 27. We are out.